Hi there, this is Ronnie Amber's Night coming at you with a video. I thought I'd throw in my tuppence on this uh, um, video that first gets started by Chloe, Bit3 Gamer Girl, and one of the replies by Jenny, Rogue DM. Both excellent videos, by the way, and I'm going to link this reply to both those videos. Because they're excellent videos and well worth watching. And they're really talking about feminism as a general concept and the role of women in role-playing games. First off, I fully understand Chloe's definition of the word feminist and the fact that by her definition, uh, I am a feminist. I don't quite see it that way. I tend to see myself as a humanist and an egalitarian. I'm not in the sense pro-women as I am just pro-equality. I'm the same that I'm not pro-gay, I'm pro-equality. I don't have a problem with race or religion to an extent, and certainly not gender or sexual orientation. Um, uh, and I'll clarify, by extent, I mean I don't have a problem with religion in the concept of actually being religious and holding a religious opinion. Where I have a problem with religion is where they use it as a justification for bigotry. But I don't have a problem with it. I am actually quite happy to see more women at the table. I'm quite happy to see it being brought up as a subject. I think this hobby has been for far too long assumed to be a very male-dominated, almost misogynistic hobby, especially when you look at the famous chainmail bikinis, and you kind of sit there and go, no, this is silly little boys with long brown trench coats with sort of idiotic sexual fantasies going on, rather than actually drawing women, strong women, positive role models. But that has changed, and rightly so, and thankfully so. For myself, I've always had female players. I think that's actually wrong to say. I don't have female players in the same way I don't have male players. In the same way I don't have straight gamers and I don't have gay gamers. I just have gamers. Some are male, some are female, some are straight, some are gay or bisexual. I just have gamers. And I think that's the way you have to be as a GM, as a player, as a human being. It's always been my view. Am I happy that that this is being sort of brought up as a discussion point? Yes, I am. I think it's perfectly acceptable for us to talk about what's going on in the world. I think it's quite right that we talk about these things. Any minority who have felt marginalised by a hobby but have found a way to make that hobby work and bring that minority in, because our hobby is a broad church. I think that's good. So I think it's great that we have gamers who are female, putting it out there that this hobby is for women too, because it is. I think it's great that we have gamers who are gay or bisexual, are putting up videos saying, hey, this is our hobby as well, because it is. I think that's great. I think it's right, and I think it's a good idea. I want to touch on one other point which was brought up in the comments section on RodDN's video on this. And there was someone who was complaining that the videos, they didn't like the video because it was dealing with gaming culture rather than games themselves. And I voiced my opinion, and I'm going to voice it again. If we are talking about the length and breadth and depth of this hobby, which is what this whole brigade is about, what this whole vlogging is about, we're not going to just talk about the nuts and bolts of our rule system or rule systems or genres. We're going to talk about gaming as a social construct, gaming as a culture. It's inextricably linked. They are completely entwined. Talking about gaming and talking about the culture of gaming, our place within it, gaming's influence on society, society's influence on gaming. These are all legitimate subjects for videos. So for me, talking about gaming culture is talking about gaming. You can't divorce the two. Yes, you could probably do a channel that is all about the nuts and bolts and crunch of a game system or several game systems. And if that's what you want to do, fine. But it's only one small part, or one part, of what a gaming channel can be. And a gaming channel can be not only talking about crunch, but talking about context. Context within a game, context out with the game. Talking about cultures within and without. It's all about gaming. And we should never forget that. So, as the glare here is hitting me in the face, if you want to talk about crunch and talk about specific system related content, go for it. But I believe that gaming goes beyond what you roll, when you roll, how you roll. Gaming, like life, is about everything that impacts. Things that happen in society impact us both as players, because it impacts us as people, and also as GMs and scenario writers, because it impacts us as people. Who we are and what we experience and what we perceive impact on our player. So it's right to talk about it. It's right to talk about it in these terms. So I say, I say to Jenny, I say to Chloe, I say to everyone, talk about crunch, talk about stats, talk about games, do reviews, all the rest of it. But there is nothing wrong with making videos about the culture of gaming, about the mentality of gamers, about how attitudes have changed and how much they still have to change. Because that's gaming as well. It is part and parcel of our hobby. So those are my views, and I'll be back soon with another video.